Please, Bandai, we are begging y'all. Release some type of information or an update, something, anything on Xenoverse 2. What is going on with DLC 19? I think that's been the main talk, right? Everybody's been talking about it since DLC 2 release for Sparking Zero, and we're just wondering, like, what the hell is actually going on? I feel like, and I don't want to say it's going to be a shadow drop, but I feel like they're just going to drop a trailer, and then the release date is going to be like within a day or two, like right after. They seem to be doing that with Xenoverse 2. The promotion for it is just not there anymore. And we've talked about this a lot. Kanton TV, it doesn't even, exist anymore. Like, it's there, and it's just wasting space. Like, it's the biggest waste, and they could have been dropping trailers on there, news updates, information, anything. Literally anything could have been used for that TV, but now it's just a fucking slideshow. What is it, Sparking Zero cutscenes? Like, come on, bro. So let's talk about what's going on, what I think is going on. Goku Day, actually the triple, I guess, Goku Family Day is currently ongoing right now. Yesterday in Japan was the start of Gohan Day. Today is Goku Day, and I guess if you want to, say that's going to be tomorrow in like America and like in the West, but in Japan it should be Goku Day today. And then Goten Day is going to be the next day. Okay, so it's 3 days in a row. You have Gohan, Goku, and then Goten Day, right? Shout out to Goten, that's my go. Now, the last thing that Bandai Namco and just any Dragon Ball related update, post was this right here. It's nothing that exciting, but for those of you that are interested, they said, Warriors, we've got an exciting announcement. People were shitting their pants when they got the notification, right? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is now available on Xbox Game Pass. Oh my god, dude. Does anybody that owns an Xbox that even gives a shit, it has Game Pass, okay, is actually going to use this and play it? Maybe there might be some people. Maybe there are some people that have Game Pass and they've always been interested in the game, but they didn't want to pay any money for it because maybe they didn't think it was worth it. So maybe that's a thing. But some of the very first responses, this is the announcement we actually want. True? Wow. That's nice, but we're all waiting for the DLC trailer or official leaks for either. That's hilarious. Official leaks. I know what they mean by that, like V-Jump, basically. For either Future Saga Chapter 3 or Daima. Again, Future Saga's on hold. We're not probably going to see that for a while. I'm very excited for it, though, because that is confirmed to have a continuation of the story. So this right here, Bandy, this game is already dead. Just let it go. People are actually saying that about Sparking Zero as well. Sparking Zero is the new Xenoverse 2, unfortunately, when it comes to that. Xenoverse 3 win. I feel like it's just like the most obvious, like, I don't know. A lot of these replies are very corny. I get, people wanting to see, obviously, the next, trailer and stuff. But obviously, if they're posting this, they're not going to be posting the trailer. So it's like, I don't know why we waste our time with it, but I get it. Maybe it's just trying to be funny. It is what it is. But yeah, that has been the last thing that has been, at least updated or posted for Xenoverse at this current point in time. Now, the Goku, Gohan, Goten Day, all that stuff, they're starting to roll out like information on some of the games. Super Divers posted this right here. Today, May 8th, Thursday, is the annual Gohan Day. And you can see right there, they have Goku, Gohan, and Goten, okay? On the official page, they posted this. Goku's two sons, Gohan and Goten, both inherited his strength and his kindness, which they used to overcome as many ordeals as they grow. Okay, so right now the speculation, basically what I'm trying to get at, is that everybody thinks that we're going to be getting a trailer probably either today or tomorrow, okay? They usually post it in the morning. I personally do not think we're getting a trailer, like, in the next, like, day or two. I don't think that. Now, if they do end up doing a trailer, let's just say, for example, they do end up doing it, there are two different versions of it, okay? They could just drop a Goku Super Saiyan 4 Daima trailer, right? And have it as a teaser like they did with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. It has been officially 2 months since that has dropped, okay? That was actually like, I think it was the final day of February. I think it was the last day in the final episode when it aired for Dragon Ball Daima, and that same day, they also dropped the trailer, if I'm not mistaken. Which is crazy, because they also did it for Kakarot as well, for their DLC 1 trailer. So Kakarot and Xenoverse 2 are probably the only games that would get any updates or information on Goku Day, but I'm doubting it, okay? Now, again, that's just the teaser. Now, they could also do the launch trailer, right? Now, the launch trailer is a little bit weird because they generally don't do a launch trailer this late in a week. it's not impossible, right? A teaser is possible because I think it was on a Friday. It was the same Friday that I think Daima aired that they did the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta teaser. So that's always up, you know, for just Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And if there's more to come, they could always do that, right? I think that would be great because at least it would give us an update. Okay, so we know Super Saiyan 4 Goku is confirmed. And then they might tease even like a potential new character if it's like Goma or someone else, if that's the case, okay? Right now, we're only confirmed to be getting 2 characters so far as we know, okay? That's what we're shown on that little end card. That's the last official information that we've received, okay? And all it says is that there's going to be costumes, accessories, new skills, Super Soul, and more. So, and more is, you know, whatever at this point, right? So that is like the version 1, okay? The version 2 with the launch trailer, that's usually going to be very early on during the week, okay? If you go through the history of Xenoverse 2 and how they, you know, drop information and updates and trailers, mainly when it comes to trailers, they drop it in the morning, and it's usually on very, very early on in the weekday. So if that is the case, we could see it maybe next week, but I feel like the month of May is the month. I still don't think that they would go too far into June for it. Now, the only reason they might do that is if they're trying to wait for the dub to finish, okay? I think now, because the dub is basically almost done, they might just be waiting for the dub to finish, but even then, there's no promise that it's going to have English dub voices. We said the same thing for DLC 2, and guess what? They didn't even fucking do it. That still blows my mind that DLC 2, with the characters that came with that pack specifically, it had everything with the dub done, right? That was the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Majin Du, right? And Majin Du wasn't even included in the pack. So they already had an English voice lined up for Ku. They had Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta voice lines, which Dokkan got it, right? And even Legends got a couple of voices for certain characters. Tamagami 3, I don't think got any voice acting for the dub yet. I think it was mainly just Goku, and maybe it was like Glorio, I think. And that was really fucking it. And I could be wrong because I don't even have Glorio in Legends, so I have no idea. But yeah, that was the case with that, okay? On Goku Day, which I think this is pretty cool that it lined up like this. On Goku Day, which is tomorrow, okay, at least for the West, the English dub premiere, the official English dub premiere for, I think it's episode 18, if I'm not mistaken, where Kid Mini Goku goes Super Saiyan 4 for the first time. Probably the biggest reveal in the entire anime. That was, you know, that was incredible, right? So that's when we got that, and, you know, now we're going to be getting it in the dub tomorrow. I think that's so cool that it lines up that way. Now, this is a crazy-ass speculation, and I kind of hope this isn't the case, but at the same time, I wouldn't complain. But how crazy would it be if this was the Super Saiyan 4 Goku that we do end up getting is actually Mini Super Saiyan 4? I know that sounds really weird and crazy, but that would actually, if they're not including anything else in this pack, that would probably confirm that we might get more Daima, right? I think it would be really weird because we already have Super Saiyan 3 Adult Vegeta, so it's like, why didn't they do the minis first? But because this is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and that's just way more hype than Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Let's be real, right? Super Saiyan 4 Goku was the face of Daima's like climax and everything. But how crazy would that fucking be? Because I never even thought about that. But I'm like, hey, what if they release the trailer for Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku on Goku Day, which is tomorrow, and it's the same fucking day that they release the dub, you know, premiere of when he goes Super Saiyan 4 for the first time, right? And like I said, I wouldn't complain because, and I know a lot of people would not like that. A lot of people would be mad. Y'all let me know down in the comments, okay? It's very unlikely. There's like basically 100% chance that that's not going to be the case. It's likely still going to be adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku because, you know, we have Super Saiyan 3 adult Vegeta and Goku in Legends, right? Legends also by Dimps, okay? Bandai Namco published that shit. It's also developed by Dimps, okay? Xenoverse 2, same developer. So they have all the files and shit. So there's no reason for them to, you know, like, you know, Xenoverse 2 kind of lazy, right? Kind of lazy. We know Xenoverse 2 is very lazy. So there's no way that Dimps is going to be like, oh yeah, let's make a mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku model for this. Now, maybe if it's during the Legends anniversary and they already have it made and prepared, maybe, but I'm just saying. But I just want to know, it's just a fun little speculation how crazy that would be. And again, I think it would be fine because it's still the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He actually has very cool, unique, you know, moveset and skills. Okay, for Xenoverse 2, if it was like I mean, we wanted it in Sparking Zero, right? Obviously, everybody wanted that. But for Xenoverse 2, it's actually cool because a lot of, even though the characters are new and we love the characters and we're excited to play as the characters in the game, most of us, because it's Xenoverse 2, want the attacks and the skills for our custom character, okay? That's what Xenoverse 2 is really the selling point of this game right now, and that's why people still play it to this day, is because they can make their own custom character and have abilities and attacks from already existing, characters. And how cool would it be to do the upside down fucking Kamehameha from Daima Little Mini Kid Goku, right? That would be sick as fuck, right? But yeah, let me know that in the comments if that would be something that you would be okay with or you wouldn't complain, because that would basically confirm that they would do another Daima pack, right? And I think it would be cool if we had mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Again, that's really fucking weird, but it would be cool just because we would get new skills. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, again, that is the main thing. We get the skills for those characters and the abilities for them that we can use for our custom characters. So imagine a brand new Gallic gun, the one that he used in the anime. Sparking Zero has it. They call it Gallic Doom, if I recall correctly. That would be sick as fuck. And then we'd also get 2 different versions of the Kamehameha for Goku. Okay, we'd get the upside down version where it could actually be like a counter. Imagine that. How cool would that be if, you would get hit? I don't know if it would be an ultimate or if they would make it a super, because they did Divine Kamehameha like that. They made that a counter, but it was a super, which I was a little bit disappointed by, but at the same time, I was like, this shit's actually really cool and creative, right? So for Xenoverse 2, they could do something like that where if you get hit, okay, the Kamehameha, you would turn around and do like the upside down shit, right? That would be kind of cool. And then we'd also get the like dimension realm shattering version that he did as an adult, right? The one where he shot through all 3 demon realms. Like, that would be really fucking cool too. They have it in Legends. All the animations are there. Obviously, they wouldn't look that good because it's Xenoverse 2 and they don't go that hard, but hey, they could surprise us. So that's what I think would be really cool. Again, don't expect anything tomorrow for Goku Day. I really don't think it's happening. I feel it in my bones that they're not going to release anything on it, and they might not release anything, period, okay? We talked about it in that video, like, I think over the weekend. It's hit or miss, and we usually don't get anything that major unless it's been a while since there was a new Dragon Ball project, like a movie or like an anime, for example, and that was the only time we got a movie announcement, okay? But yeah, I don't think that even, like, waiting for the dub is really going to make a difference. Okay, like, because I said, DLC 2 was the same way, but it's never out of the question. And if we are waiting for the dub to completely catch up and finish and complete, then that means we still have a couple more, a few more weeks. So that would be what? Like, okay, we have episode 18, which I think is going to be tomorrow, if I recall correctly. And then we'll have 2 more episodes after that. So it would be literally the very end of May. Okay, it would, I think, would be a decent time to release the DLC. Again, if they want to release it earlier this month, great, but I don't see them waiting until, June to release this, okay? Because we already have so much going on in June, and this is exactly what they did with Future Saga Chapter 1, which was released exactly about 1 year ago. I think they released it the very end of May, and it was like a week or 2 right before Dragon Ball Legends. So at least it wasn't interfering with Legends, just because when these release, they usually don't do that. The only time they did it was, I think, last year during, or it was like it was last year, and they did fuck that up, and I think it was very stupid. Breakers, Legends, and Xenoverse 2 all released content in the same week. Okay, I don't think it was on the same exact day, but it was in the same week, and it was too much at one time. And I personally, I just couldn't keep up with everything, and it kind of ruined my experience just because it was like, you can't do that, okay? I know, we appreciate the work and the content, but when you do it like that, there was definitely, you could see that they rushed everything out to meet a deadline, and it just was not a good look, and you could tell, okay? You could tell that every single thing that was released for all 3 of those games was just not on the same quality, level of quality that, these games would normally release stuff, right? But yeah, that's what I think what's going on. Bandai, I am begging y'all, give us some information pretty soon here. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but at least, within the next week or 2, we're waiting for it. We've waited this long. I think we're all ready for it, okay? And drop Super Saiyan 4 for custom characters as an awoken skill. If you do that, I'll give you my firstborn son. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and comment down below what you would like to see for this DLC. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching Slow Plays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.